Hi first graders, it's Miss Ball and I'm here to do some more math with you today. Today our math goal says, I can use place value models to add within 100. Let's talk about some models that we use for place value in first grade. So one thing we use are cubes in sticks of 10 and ones. Another model that we use are bundles of sticks in groups of 10 and then ones as single sticks. So today we're going to start warming up our brains with some math flips. When we do math flips, we want to think about, on the first side, we want to think about how many do you see? And then when I flip to the next side, you want to think how many now? So look for what's changing and use the front side of the flip to help you with the back side of the flip. Let's try some. So how many do you see? So remember that these are models to represent a stick of 10. So this stick right here is 10. So we can see 10, 20, 30, 40 on the front side. Look closely to see what changed. So again, here's the front, here's the back. So I still see 40, but now I can see that there are 6 ones. So if we count 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. So in the back there are 46. Let's try another one. How many? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And watch closely what changed. How many now? So again, the front side, the back side. You may have noticed that there's still 50 using our tens and 3. So we can say 53. There's 50 on the front and 53 on the back. All right, how many? You might notice 4 tens and 4 tens, which makes 8 tens. That's 80. Look closely, what changed? So here's the front, here's the back. How many are on the back? How many now? So we still have 80, but now we have 5 ones. So 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. Let's try this again, but this time I'm going to take away one of the models and just use numbers in its place. You can still picture that model in your mind. Ready? How many? So we can picture our 3 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Watch to see what changed. So we still have 30, 40, 50, and 3 more is 53. So on the front side we had 50, the back side we had 53. Now I'm going to take away all of the model drawings and just picture them in your mind. How many? $60. How many now? What changed? So you may notice that here we only had 20 and here we have 26. So we have our 20 plus 40, which is 60, and 6 more, which is 66. Let's try one more. How many? And how many now? So we can count these. 10, 60, 70, 80. Here we still see that 80, but we have 3 more ones, which is 83. Awesome job, first graders. So now I want to show you an activity that you can do at home. You can play along with me now And after the video is over, if you want to get some paper and play along, then you can do this to practice building and adding two-digit numbers together. So what you'll need to be able to play this is just some paper to write with, and you can make your own spinners. So we will, if you want to make your own spinner, you'll just need a paper clip or a safety pin, something you can use to spin. And I'll show you what those materials look like so you can play after the video is over. So we're going to play two tins to build today, and we are going to practice. I'm going to use models. You can always draw your models, and I'll show you how to do that as well if you don't have something you can use for tins and ones at home. So I'm going to lower down my screen and show you how to play this today. So you would need two spinners to do this activity. You'll need a 10 spinner, and on the 10 spinner, you notice there are 6 parts, and it goes 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. And then on the 1 spinner, there are also 6 parts to the circle, and it's just 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can draw those on paper when you want to play this activity as well. And then the other thing we're going to use today to help us are some models of 10s and 1s, some 10-6. So the first thing I'm going to do is called 2 turns to build. So I'm going to build a number by taking my pencil and spinning my spinner to see what I end up with. So I'm going to spin. I got 30. So on my mat, I'm going to build 10, 20, 30. And let's see how many ones I need. 3. So I have 30, 31, 32, 33. So my first number is 33. Now I'm going to build my second number. Remember, this is 2 turns to build. So my next number, I have 10. And I have 1. So 10 and 1 more makes the number 11. Now my goal is to be able to try to add these 2-digit numbers together. So I'm going to draw a model of what I have and show you how I can add these together. I'm going to move them to the side so I can just draw right on my paper right here. So in the first top part, I had 33. So remember, we can draw a model quickly by just showing those bundles and sticks. We know that those are 10s. 10, 20, 30. And then I had 31, 32, 33 for my top number. And I'm just going to write that down, 33. My second number, I had 1 10 and 1 1, which was the number 11. So I have to figure out what is 33 plus 11. So I can count all of my 10s together, and I'm just going to put them together here so you can see. I have 10, 20, 30, 40, and then all my 1s, 41, 42, 43, 44. So 33 plus 11 is 44. So I practice building and adding 2-digit numbers together using that place value model to help me. You can play this, we'll play this one more time together, and then this is something you could practice all week long if you build your own spinners. So let's try. This time I'm going to play, and I'm going to just draw the models right on here to show you what you could do at home. So I have 30, so I'm going to draw 10, 20, 30, and I'll put those there just so you can see that. And my 1s are 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1s. And then remember, it's 2 turns to build. So I'm going to build my second number. Oh, let's write down what that number is. We have 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So my first number was 35. Let's build our second number. So my first spin was 10. I'll model that. So I got 10. And my second spin is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can model that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so that number is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now I have to figure out what is the total of 35 plus 15. 35 plus 15. So again, I'm going to add my tens together first and then figure out my ones. So my tens, I have 10, 20, 30, 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. And my ones, I had 5 plus 5. Ooh, my goodness, 5 plus 5 makes another 10. So I can group those together, and we call that composing a 10. You're putting together your ones to make a group of 10. And we can count those together, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 35 plus 15 equals 50. And if I want to model that, composing that 10 on my paper, I can go ahead and circle those as well. So that's it, first graders. This week, if you draw your own spinners and draw models on your paper, then you can practice using place value models to add within 100. Thanks for watching today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Hey first grade, this is Mrs. Yahara here, teacher at Spokane Public Schools, and ready to do a few more math moments together. Today we are going to be practicing writing our numbers between the range of 0 to 120. And to do that, I have my arrow cards. Now, you might want to have a few supplies with you, and that might be your pencil and paper. I have my whiteboard handy. Maybe you want to use that instead. It's up to you. Actually, you don't really need anything. So if you don't have those things, that's okay. Stay with us. You can just do it with us out loud and in your head. All right, so we're going to be using arrow cards. And if you notice, if you've never used arrow cards before, let me just show you a couple things about them. You'll notice that there are 3 colors. You'll notice they all end with a point. That's why they're called arrow cards. And you'll notice that on the red ones, there's just 1 digit. And a digit is any number between 0 and 9. So on the red, we just have 1 digit. On the blue cards, there's 2 digits. Those are the tens. And on the yellow cards, there's 3 digits. Those are the hundreds. And these are what we're going to use to help us build and learn how to write numbers. Now, to do this, there's a couple rules. So the rules with arrow cards, it's not hard. Every card, when you put together a number, I can't have 2 of the same color. So I can have 3 cards, but they have to be 1 yellow, 1 blue, and 1 red. I could have 2 cards, but if I use just 2 cards, they still have to be a different color. The second rule is that the arrow, the point, has to line up. So you'll notice even as lined up in the pocket chart in all one color, all the arrows are in line. Those are the 2 rules using our arrow cards. So let's get started. So it's kind of fun to use these because it really kind of shows us how, when we're putting numbers together, how to kind of layer on top of each other. So let's take, for instance, the number 40. And let's take, for instance, the number 6. So I'm going to stick them over here on this side of the pocket chart. And you'll notice that my arrows are lined up. I have 40 on top and 6 on the bottom. So 40 and 6. Now, if I wanted to write this number, what do you think it would be? Go ahead and write it down on your piece of paper and see if you'll get it. I'll bet you will. Okay, so I have 40 and 6. I'm going to put it up here. Did you write that? 46. So maybe on your paper, it kind of looks like this. Does yours look like that? Nice job. All right. Should we try another one? Okay, I think you're ready. Let's see. Now, what if I tried this time? I'm going to do a big one. Let's do 80. And let's try the number 2. So I have 80 and 2. Now, if you think you know what number that's going to make when I start to build it up using my arrow cards, go ahead and write it on your paper or on your whiteboard. Okay, I'm going to put it up there. Okay. Did yours look like this? Boop. Yep. Now, sometimes, and you know, this is pretty normal, and all it means is that we just have to do a little bit of practicing. Sometimes we make our numbers backwards. It's okay. All we have to do is erase it or cross it out and just try it again. Sometimes it's nice to maybe just write it a few times just to help build your muscle memory and help get in the habit of doing it the correct way. That's okay. All right, let's do another one. Let's see, let's put back the 2 and put back the 80. Let's do a 3-digit number this time. Are you ready? Okay. I figured you were. Let's do 600. Ooh. And how about 20? And how about 9? Ooh, notice this. So we have 600 on top, then we have 20, and then we have 9. Now, if you think you know what it's going to be, just go ahead and write it down. Write it on your piece of paper, and then let's talk through it. All right. If I bring up my tens card, my tens arrow card, and put it up and line up my arrows, I have 620. But am I done yet? I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my 9. I'm going to hide the 0. And now I have 629. And notice when I read with my finger, it's just like reading a book. I'm going to go from left to right. 629. 629. Is that what it looks like on your paper? Booyah! 629. Nice job. So when you're thinking about doing this, I have kind of a tricky one. Now, it's using 3 digits again. But sometimes 3-digit numbers don't have, there's always a digit in every spot, but sometimes it's not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Sometimes it's a 0. So what would happen if it looked like this? What if I did this? And then there were nothing in the tens place, but then maybe a little something something in the ones place. What if it was like that? What would you write? Well, that's what's cool about the arrow cards, is that it can really help us figure this out. So let's solve it. Let's see. If I put the zeros up, and remember, lining up my points. All right, nothing really changed much except for some colors. I started off with 400. I put the zeros up, and I still have 400. It's just that the zeros are now blue. What if I put up, now remember, lining up those arrows. Oops, my arrows are a little off. That's okay. Just got to keep working. So now all my arrows are lined up. I have my 3 parts, but how do I say that? It's kind of a good one, isn't it? So instead of, sometimes people would say, well, is it 47? No. The way we say it is 407. 407. Does yours look like this? 407. So today in our math moment together, we were practicing writing numbers in the range of 0 to 120. And guess what? We went a little beyond that, didn't we? Nice job today, and can't wait to see you next time.